Hey guys, so it's been a while, but today I have two figures to unbox today. I have a Himura Kenshin, it's Himura Kenshin here from Pop-Up Parade, and in addition to that, I have his nemesis, Shishio Makoto. So they're both Pop-Up Parade figures. I'm gonna go ahead and unbox them, show you what they look like, kind of give you my overall review of whether or not these are worth it. In fact, we haven't had a Kenshin figure in a long time, and one that was easily accessible. So I'm really looking forward to opening these and showing you guys what it looks like. Straight out of the box, I took off the front plastic lid. You see Kenshin, he's wrapped in plastic. You have his Sakabato, his reverse blade sword here, is also wrapped in plastic. And they're falling out as I'm showing you, but here's the stand. So for Kenshin, you do get a red transparent stand, and I'll take those out in a second, and you get his sword. So those are what's in the Kenshin one. In the Shishio one, it's just him. Looks like his sword's already attached. He's wrapped in plastic, and the blue stand is his. So Kenshin gets a red stand, Shishio gets a blue stand. Let me take off these plastics and I'll show you what they look like on the inside. Okay, so I've unwrapped the Kenshin one first, and you can see here he's in his red kimono. He has his iconic red hair and the cross scar here. One of the neat things was that the back of his hair, this was actually individually wrapped, which I found very interesting because it was wrapped in this just to keep it, the different strands from being protected during the shipping and the unboxing here. You can see for Kenshin, it's very detailed. He has a very kind eyes instead of the angry eyes he gets when he turns into the Batosai. He has his hand casually resting within his kimono. The kimono itself is actually pretty detailed. You can see kind of the creases on the legs parts as well as on the top. And then what's cool is even in the back, they do pay attention to kind of where the belt is. So the belt is a different design than kind of the front. One of the things that I noticed is you can even see the sandal straps on his feet. And that's really neat. And he has these red socks. You never noticed it before. I never really paid attention during the anime at his socks because usually, you know, his feet are covered, but he does have these red socks. The flip-flops themselves, they are brown. They're just kind of a standard brown color, but it does attach two here, one here to the stand, which is actually very nice. So with all the pop-up parades, they come in these hexagon stands, so if you get a whole bunch of them, you can actually make kind of a grid. That's the neat thing about Pop-Up Parade. And I'm going to go ahead and put him in. So it is a little difficult. I'm going to go 2 first and then 1. These are pretty solid stands. They click in and he looks pretty great. The sword itself is actually pretty detailed. You see kind of the knots here, and you see the individual ties for the sword hilt. Actually, Pop-Up Parade kind of upped their game recently. I'm wondering where this attaches and how this attaches. I wonder if it just goes through. But what I notice is his hand actually has a place to hold this sword. So I wonder if the sword just kind of slots in here. And it does. So it does slot in here. I don't know if this is the right orientation. I'll look it up online there. But that's how Kenshin is perceived. Now I'm going to put him in the background. And we're going to focus on Shishio. Shishio just comes in 2 pieces. You get the blue stand, kind of the same 2 dots on one side, 1 dot on the other side. It is reverse of Kenshin, where his 2 dots are on this split, where Shishio's on this split. Let's take a look at Shishio because his character design is actually very detailed. So it is wrapped in bandages. I don't know if you can see, but the bandages are kind of dirty, representing that he's always burning on the inside, and they're kind of the char stain. So that little detail is really neat. The hair peeking through the bandages, that's also something very characteristic of his design. So you do see it. This here, I don't know if it's a spoiler, it's been like 20 something years, but this is a metal headband that he wears, and you can actually see that go all the way around. Shishio, his sword's already intact, so you don't have to do anything with that piece. It's actually wrapped inside of his belt, and you can see that they did go all out with all of the different bandages. You can see them individually wrapped here, the creases in his kimono, and even his legs are wrapped along with the boots that he wears. So I'm really impressed with Shishio because there's so many details to this figure. You see the bandages kind of going all over the place as if they're being blown by wind, and that is something really nice. Now if you look at the hilt for Shishio, it's actually different because he uses a very special sword from Kenshin, and that's really neat as well that they went that deep into the design. So one of the things you don't see is there's no hole here through the kimono. I mean, I wouldn't fault them for that. It is just a pop-up parade. It isn't a full scale. But like Kenshin, we're going to slot him inside of this hole, and he actually goes in a little bit easier. But like I said, the pop-up parades, they're designed as hexagons, so if you get many of them, you can actually connect them together, and they look pretty nice. Now, I'm going to show you what this looks like in a 360 view. I have my little stand here, and you can see as Kenshin rotates, and I'll move the camera down here, you can kind of see him all the way around and get kind of that full visibility of how he's going to look at all angles. So it does actually look pretty nice, the Kenshin figure. And I definitely recommend you get both, because having just Kenshin's kind of weird. They didn't really make Kaoru or Yahiko or Sanosuke, so you do just have Kenshin and Shishio. So Kenshin, I'm going to move you off. I'll put Shishio on. He's going to look superb because look at all that detail in his robe, and really his kimono, and his gloves and his boots and the hair sticking out. These two figures definitely belong to each other, and they're definitely going to go together when I display them on my shelf. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that unboxing video. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment. And if you like more of these videos, hit that thumbs up button. Thanks guys, have a great one, bye.